We're far from the shallow now.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good. How's everybody there?
Good.
Okay. What's the current MCO level?
Recording in progress.
What is that? We are confused. I think most of the Malaysian confused. We don't know where we are right now.
Okay. So
Yeah.
So we're
But the confirmed case, I mean, for daily confirmed case, we are more than 10,000 right now.
a day?
Yes, a day.
A day?
Yes, a day. 10,000. Yes.
That's not good.
Yes, correct. But the government's like, they, how to say, they lift off some emergency MCO, and honestly, none of us knows that where are we right now, what kind of situations right now.
So everybody's staying in and wearing a mask if they go out, right? If they go in.
Double mask, face shield, Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But they trying to get the vaccine projects as fast as possible right now.
So the vaccines, people are getting vaccinated.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think like more than 20% of the citizen is already get completed 2 doses.
Okay. And they're using the Pfizer?
Pfizer, Sinovac, and AZ.
Get the Pfizer. Get the Pfizer if you can get it. Everybody get the Pfizer.
We cannot choose.
Oh, you can't choose. Oh,
we cannot choose.
Okay. Well, just get one. Get something.
Yeah, whatever we get, then we just take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here it's starting to climb again in the U.S. Because but it's only climbing for people that are not vaccinated. 99% of all new cases, they're people that weren't vaccinated. That's the only people getting it.
But it's not getting serious, right?
Huh?
It's not getting serious.
Everybody's going to be wearing masks again over here. They're going to have another wave. But it's really only affecting those that didn't get vaccinated.
I think in Malaysia, even we get vaccine, but some of the cases happen on people who get vaccine as well. Yeah, correct.
It'd be interesting to see which vaccination they got.
Yes, correct.
Okay, whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
Yeah, I think we can start.
Okay, very good. So what I'm going to do tonight is we're going to follow up in the ABC pattern of building depth, okay? This is where really everything we've done or everything we do in the business, this is where the real work begins, okay? When you think about it, this is the actual work of the business. So when we talk about people investing 10 to 15 hours, of quality time in the business, working the business, to me, this is what really is the part that defines the work. Okay, now I'm going to explain. Well, this is not 80% of it. 20% of the work, to be honest with you, comes in when we have to do our goal statement development and devising, basically coming up with our action plan. Okay, everybody with me? So about 20% of our work is right in the beginning getting our goal statement development done and our action plan to support achieving those goals that we defined in our goal statement. Okay? Very similar to what we did in the webinar, and we used examples. Okay, now the other 80%, if you will, for the most part of the work comes in with follow-up and ABC pattern of building depth. That's where we're trying to get our business partners throughout our left and right teams to duplicate what we need them to duplicate in order to produce business volume. And also so that they can teach others to do the same thing, produce business volume. Okay. Now, what about achieving base 10? Okay. What about using product, selling product, prospecting, qualifying, and sponsoring? Well, let's put that in proper perspective. How many of us use products before we became unfranchised owners? Okay, if we fill out the home shopping list, when we first became unfranchised owners, what we identified was what? We identified a lot of products that we were already buying on a regular basis at other business establishments, whether it be a grocery store, department store, whatever it may have been, but drugstore, pharmacy. But the point is when we filled out that home shopping list, okay, we were already buying products, just part of our everyday life. Everybody agree? Jasmine? Okay. I mean, we all did it long before we were unfranchised owners. All right. Now, the fact that we were already doing it and all we're going to do is continue to do the same thing, we're just going to switch brands and change who we buy them from. Okay, but we were already doing it. So it's really not any extra work, is it? We were doing it anyway. It was part of our normal everyday life. Now, the other thing that we did as part of our everyday life is anytime we experienced, okay, a product that, we got positive results with, or we had a positive experience, or we liked it a lot and everything, we chatted up to people that we, conversed with. Am I right? Everybody, okay? Everybody has what? You found skincare product that did a great job at, whatever your objective was with a skincare product. If you found one that really, really worked and you were talking to your friends, you'd tell them about it, wouldn't you? If you found a product that really gave you energy, made you feel better, whatever it may be, you would talk to people about it, okay? It doesn't matter if you found a store that you really, really like, you talked about it, okay? But we constantly talked about things that we were excited about or we believed in.
Good evening, everybody.
Long before we were unfranchised owners. Am I right?
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks again,
so the thing is we have products that we use and that we sell and represent, but we are a product of those products, and we believe in those products. Our isotonic line, our skincare line, our makeup line, all the various products that we are products of the product. We have no problem talking to anybody and everybody, that we come in contact with about those products, whenever that topic comes up in conversation, and that's part of controlling the conversation. To get that conversation going towards where we can talk about our products. Everybody with me? Okay, makes sense, right? So we've already been doing that anyway. Okay, we've always done that. So I don't really consider that work. Okay, when we do trial size marketing, okay, all that is taking that conversation that we normally had, maybe about a vacuum cleaner that we liked, or a store that we liked, or
in
you
the
know, a
financial
skincare
market,
product that we
alright?
like. All
Stocks,
the trial
especially,
size
okay?
marketing it
And when it
does
comes to
is it takes where we recommend in the conversation and we transfer our excitement about a certain product and we put the physical product in their hand to try for free.
chip companies, those very stable companies that
How
offer
hard is
good
that?
dividends throughout the year, okay? Basically,
No,
there are
it's not
companies
hard
that
at
pay
all.
out
If
their
you have it
dividends
on
2
your
to 4 times a
person,
year, okay?
easy
A
to
lot of
take.
people don't understand that there is this basic important terminology we call
I've got a trial
split,
size, 2-day trial
okay?
size hands. All I
So
need you to do is
when
do
you
what?
accumulate your stocks
Agree to allow
through
me
time,
to, you know,
okay, you
complete the
could
survey
accumulate
by
like
following up
it could
with
be
you over a 2-day period
a
or a
stock a
3-day
month,
period.
okay? It could be like
This is
10
making
stocks a month,
sense.
you know, or
See?
some people like to do it
Makes
weekly,
sense?
okay?
Okay.
That
This is
would
something we always
make
do.
the dollar
We've
cost
always done. But
averaging
what it
effect
does is just takes
even
trial size
more
marketing
effective,
just takes
okay?
the
So
conversation to the
basically,
next
this
level. Okay.
habit,
You
this
don't have a vacuum
behavior
cleaner
of
that you can get them to
compounding
try because you
your
don't carry your
income,
vacuum
your
cleaner
savings, your
around that you're
investment, okay?
recommending. Okay. Or your
Ultimately,
washer
every
machine or
time
your, you know,
when
maybe you don't have
when
your
you dollar
makeup
cost
that you
average
were,
on
you
your
know,
favorite company,
previous. Okay.
okay?
But
It could be a
the
portfolio
point
of
I'm
1,
getting at
3,
is
5, okay, some go up to
if you
10,
have a
right?
product with you
The
on hand,
boom
on your
effect comes,
person,
okay,
it's very
when the
easy
stock
to, you know,
splits,
add
okay?
a little, an icing
So
on the
I'll
cake to
just
the
give a simple
conversation by,
illustration before I
and it
hand the
just
floor
so
over to
happens I have a, you know,
okay,
I'm
so
participating in
basically,
a
the
30-day
impact is when
campaign
the
where I can
split
give
happens,
away
okay? This is
30
where the boom
samples,
factor
you
comes in,
know,
all
and
right? You could have
I'd
been
love for you to
accumulating
participate. So
your
you do
stocks, you know,
that.
for
Okay.
months,
The other thing,
for
let's say a
a couple of years,
conversation,
few
in the
years or so, okay?
conversation around the
So
you know, wherever,
let's
you
say,
know,
okay, you have
maybe with
accumulated until like,
friends
you
or
know,
family
100 stocks, you
associates
know,
or
could be
even
200,
people that you're
500, even
just
1,000 stocks, all
talking
right?
to in general.
Now, when
Okay.
the stock splits
A my
1 to
car
2, okay,
driver
or
or
1 to 3,
a
or 1 to
grab
5,
driver.
okay,
Okay.
if
Of
I use
something
the
along that line.
example of
Okay. When
1,000
the
stocks, let's
topic
say you
comes up
already
about
have
having to,
1,000
you know,
stocks of
the
company
pandemic
A,
has
all right,
affected
in your
people.
portfolio.
There's, you know,
That
whatever
1,000
it may
stocks, okay,
be.
when
But the
the
topic
split
of
happens,
finances
your
come up where
1,000
people
stock
are looking
is
to,
going
you
to
know, to do something in
how
addition to
much?
what they're currently doing in order to
Okay, all right,
obtain
I hear you
money.
right.
Okay.
So basically, if it splits
It's
1
not
to
hard to
5,
say,
okay,
hey,
your
you know,
1,000
I
stock
understand how you
now
feel, Zing. I
is
felt the
5,000
same
stocks.
way.
Good news, wonderful.
And this
I
is
mean,
what
who
I
wouldn't be
found.
happy, okay?
And I have a 20,
Okay,
if
so
you're
basically
interested in taking a look, you may or may not be
the
interested, but if you have a,
total value
if
of
you
your
are
stocks remains the
serious
same,
about, you know,
okay? So
improving your
basically,
financial situation, I'd
if
love to
your
share
1,000
with you
stock
what
is
I
worth
found. If you've got
10,000
20
US
minutes,
dollars,
I can
okay?
pull up a short
So
video
after the split,
that will
your
give you an
present
overview
5,000
of
stocks are
how
still
this
worth
vehicle works
10,000 US dollars.
and
Okay,
how
so
you
now
get
maybe the thing that you'll be
compensated
asking us
for
is,
working, you know,
I
working the
mean,
business.
if I have 1,000 stocks, it's
Now, if
$10,000.
somebody
If
really is
now I have
serious about what?
5,000 stocks, it's
Improving their
still
financial situation, the odds
$10,000.
are
So
they'll
what's the
give you
big deal?
20 minutes. Am I
Okay.
right?
Now,
Now, if
the
someone's
deal
not
here
really
is
that interested, okay,
the
and can't find
passive
20
income
minutes
side, okay, the
to watch a
passive
video, they're
appreciation
not that
side.
interested in
Picture this,
improving
okay?
their
You have a
financial
job, you know,
situation.
you have your own business
Does
to
everybody
run,
follow
okay, or
this?
maybe
Okay,
you are
it's
freelance, you are
it's pure
self-employed,
common
okay?
sense.
You just do your
But
thing,
the thing is
okay?
watching a
So
20-minute video,
eventually,
how hard is
when
that?
your 5,000 stocks,
Okay,
okay,
because here's the deal,
appreciate in
we're
price,
trying to
okay,
expose the business to
to
as
the
many people
former
as possible.
level
We're not trying to
of
sit
that,
down and spend
of
2
its
hours
former
convincing
10,000.
somebody to do something. They're not
This time,
unsure.
okay,
You got to
over time,
convince them to
it is no
try
longer
something to
10,000
improve their
US
financial
dollars.
situation.
It could
The
be
odds are they're
20,000,
going to,
could be
if you bring
30,000,
them
could be
in
40,000,
to the
could be
business,
50,000.
they're going to be stable and
I'm sure you
waiting.
see
They're
the
not
point
going to be
now, right?
business builders.
Okay, so basically, that is the beauty
So,
of
and we're really looking
having
for the go
splits
now
in
type people. We're
companies
not,
that are
you
blue
know,
chips,
we're going to sign
right?
80%
So
of
basically,
the
I mean,
people we
that
bring
is
into the
a
business. You just got to
very
know they're going to end up being
brief
stable and waiting.
description, all
Okay.
right?
But
Now,
we're really
I
after
will
those
hand
20
over to
percenters, the people
Mike,
that are go
our
now,
seafood,
that
to
really
explain
want to
to us
improve their
more
situation.
about
So as
splits.
far as
Stay tuned.
using product, buying product for your own
Okay, thank you,
personal
Peter.
use, creating
Alright,
that customer base by
I believe you asked,
exposing your
there are 2
products
points here
to
you are talking
people
about.
and
First point that is
and
dollar
watching
cost
a
averaging.
20-minute
Why we
video
need
with
to
anybody
using
and
dollar cost
everybody that you
averaging.
talk to that might be
And secondly, I
interested
think it's
in
about the stock
improving
split.
their finance. That's not
Okay, I come
really
to the
what
first
I
part first.
classify
Okay.
as
Okay,
hard work.
most of the people saying
There's
that
no work
if I
really
have
involved, Okay. Why? Because you're speaking
20,000,
to
30,000. Can I just
an
like
audience
just do a
or a
lump sum
target
investment?
demographic
Okay, rather
that
than
have already
I split
said,
it into a few
I'm
months time
looking for
doing
something
dollar cost averaging.
that you
Okay,
have.
of course,
Okay. Now,
The answer will be multiple.
let's
I would
get
say.
to follow
Okay,
up
number one,
in BC pattern of building down. This is
assume
where
that we are
80%
invested
of the
in a
work
blue chip
is.
counter like Apple.
Okay, because
Alright.
what we're
Or
doing
like
is we're
Berkshire Hathaway,
following up with
or like
people
Starbucks, all these are
to
blue chip
ensure,
All right.
to the best of our
You have many
ability,
choices.
that
Number
they
one
are
is,
what?
okay, you either can wait
Implementing
for the
and
market crash
executing
with a lot of,
result-producing
experts,
activities.
Okay.
Result-producing
years ago.
activities do what?
All right. Okay.
They create
when the stock start recovering the
BV
first year in 2009
and
after the
IBV.
financial crisis.
Okay.
So in 2010,
So
people
what
start
are those
predicting the
activities
stock
that
market will
create
crash.
BV? Well, we need
And
them
it
to be
actually
a
have a
product
bull
of the
run until
product, so
now.
we got to get them to
All
do
right.
exactly what we
So
did.
during the
Fill
market
out the home
crash,
shopping list, be a
you really
product of
need
the
this kind of
product,
market crash,
talk,
and
you know,
you
make
have
sure
a
they're
crystal clear
exposing the
ball,
products they're
crystal ball,
excited
you can
about
see the
to
futures.
others and people they come in
Okay.
contact with. We got to
You
make sure
definitely,
that they're
I would
actually
say, the best
engaging,
time for
okay,
you to
with
all in
people
is when the
to
market
do
crash.
what? Expose their business
All right.
as well as expose
But
their
in
product.
today's environment,
And we need to
a
make
lot of people
sure that
asking
they're
me, Mike, the market
participating
is
with
too high,
us
you know.
to do the best that we
You know,
can do, you know, as a
it sound
team
like crazy,
to
this and
ensure
that
the
and that.
new people
Okay.
that we bring into the
5 years ago,
business
people say
are
like that. 6
you
years
know,
ago, people
doing
say like
best
that. 7 years
practices
ago, people
with
say like that. 2
respect to
years ago, people say
exposing
like that. 2 years ago,
using
people say like that.
product,
My answer to
building a
them here
customer
is,
base, and
I can't give
expanding
you the
the
answer.
sales and distribution team. And we
Okay.
want to make sure that they're what?
Because the
Attending
point of view,
trainings
my
so
personal
that they can
experience
better
is,
what? Sell
okay,
product,
the
okay?
market can run wild
Sell product
insanity,
as well as
okay?
what?
As long as maybe 15
Be
years,
able to
20 years,
prospect,
or even 10 years.
qualify and sponsor.
This
And
is
yes,
actually
you will
refer back
be
to the
seeing
history,
a PowerPoint in a
and you
little
can
bit.
refer to
Okay.
all those famous
Let's just throw
investor
a question
gurus.
they want to know. It's
Also,
coming. All right.
you know, they will
The
point out
point
this
is when you see the PowerPoint, I want
Okay.
you to already
So
know
basically, but
what I'm
if
going
you
to
think
go
that
through.
what if I don't want to miss out
Okay.
another 3
Now,
years
why did
or
I
4
just
years
do
and
all
5
that?
years? But the market is very high. What can you do?
Same reason, the same
So
reason.
this
When
is
I
the
bring in a new
this is
business
the time
partner, I
when
don't
you
sit
can
them
use
down and
dollar
schedule a
cost
2-hour
averaging.
appointment to go
Okay,
through the
because
getting
you
started
don't want to
guide.
miss out, but you worried some point the market
Same
will
reason
crash.
right now. You got on the
So what you
call.
can do here is,
I'm
if you have a
already
$10,000
getting
to
into
start
the
with,
subject
why
while
don't you
you're
every month put
listening,
$1,000 buying the share
and
that
not
you like?
reading PowerPoints
All
and
right?
looking at PowerPoints. I
Second
need you to
month, third
listen.
month. So when the
Why?
market crashes
Because
at
it
the third month,
reduces the
I just
learning curve.
say, you know,
Now,
we
when
never
I go
know.
through the
It crashed,
PowerPoint,
you're buying. So you
everything
are
that I go
actually
through is
buying
going to
a
make more
company
sense
which
because
is
I
not determined by the market
what
sentiment,
the
but
learning part
determined
about
by the
what you're going to
market,
see. It's
by
the
the company
same
intrinsic
thing
value,
with the
the
getting
growth of the
started
company.
guide. If I
Okay?
get people
Because in the
using,
short-term period,
to develop a goal statement,
market is always,
if I get people to what?
Uncertain one.
Use the product,
You want to see a trend, it only can happen
expose
within
the
5 to 10
product to
years.
others to start building a
Okay? That's
customer
why
base,
famous,
doing the trial
our
run.
legends or
If I
investor
get them to
like Mr.
lead
Warren
to
Buffett, he
appointments
said,
to people
you
that they
cannot
think
hold the
might be
stock for 10
interested
years.
in
Don't
a
hope that
business
you
like
can
this,
hold the stock
I'm
for 10
getting
minutes.
them put into
Okay? But
action.
you worried. I
I'm
agree.
getting them to
There are a lot of
act
people
on what
still
I
worried
need
the
them to
market
do
will
anyway.
crash, will pull back, this and that.
They don't need to sit
inflation
down with a
is
getting
coming. All
started guide
type
to
of
know that.
noises in the
I can
market,
get them doing
So
it
the only
so
safe
that
way
when
for
we
you to
do
stay
sit
safe
down and do
around
the
is
getting
using
started
dollar
guide,
cost
guess
averaging.
what?
Okay, if
Oh,
you go
I was
all,
doing that.
all,
Oh,
I
I'm
mean,
doing
all your
it. Okay,
10,000
I
in
understand.
now.
And I told you,
Okay, I
see,
just tell
it
you know what,
means more.
if
So
let's
it
say next month really got a
reduces
very bad news,
the
pull back.
actual learning.
Buy Apple at
Okay,
145 now,
because
and you pull
when
back
you
to
sit down with
120.
content and you sit down and go
You
through
are not
written materials,
making a good
all you're doing is
investment
or a
anymore.
PowerPoint, you're just
Okay?
making
Of course,
people
you say, I have
aware
another 10,000.
aware
Yes, that is good news.
of what they're going to have to do.
Okay, this is good news.
But they
This is
don't
what
really
actually I'm
learn
actually doing, you know.
what
Okay? Every month I
how,
prepare some
because the
money.
learning
Okay,
comes
so
in not
whenever
just
the
what
market
you do, but how
pull
you
down,
do it
okay, I buy in.
and being able to do it.
I
Because what?
just
We're
fix a period,
participatory
like end of the
learners.
month or beginning of the month.
Is this making
All right,
sense?
or mid
Okay.
of the month.
Now,
All right.
now
So
we're
if
going
I
to get
see the
through
market pull
the
down a bit, I
PowerPoints that
buy.
everybody
I
is
buy. Mid of the
thinking
month,
is so
third week
important.
of the month,
Okay.
I buy.
I'm not
I
saying
buy.
they're not.
So in this
But-
case, basically, you are not impacted
All
by
right.
the sentiment anymore.
Follow up in the
You are not
ABC
really worried,
pattern
you
of
know,
building depth.
Trading and
Okay.
investing
Here we
psychology is
go.
very important,
Okay.
especially when you
Come on.
just
There
started.
we go. Now remember,
Okay, if you are already very, very
let me
wealthy
just go
investor
to the
Suddenly you
next
have
slide.
millions of in your portfolio.
Okay, this
You
is
already
a
received
graph
the
that
immediate
everybody
income,
sees, or
5 to
a
10,000 US
diagram
dollar, very
everybody sees
comfortable
all
for
the
you
time.
already.
Okay,
Okay,
I want to just
then
talk a
you
little
no
bit
need
about
to
this
take
diagram,
considerations of dollar cost averaging.
because I was talking to an
Okay, if
executive
not,
field vice
you need to
president
really
last night
seriously
in a
consider.
webinar just like this, 90-day fast track webinar. And they finally got it. Do you know how many times they've probably, as an executive field vice president, you know how many times they've seen this diagram, they've seen people talk or heard people talk, or they even trained to it about the ABC pattern. They really never realized, okay, what it really, they had a totally different idea what it was all about. And I'm going to tell you right now, 95% of everybody thinks the same way. They think that the ABC follow-up in the ABC pattern is only related to this. You and your sponsor or your senior partner meet with A. And if you sponsor A or you get A, you sponsor A, then we get A to lead us to B. And then your sponsor or your upline, you and A meet with B. We bring in B, and then you, A, B meet with C, because B brings us to C. And then A1, B1, C1, and that is follow-up in the ABC pattern of building depth. That's what 95% of everybody in Market America worldwide, that's their understanding of follow-up in the ABC pattern of building depth. Okay, now it doesn't unfold perfectly, as they say, and there may be 12, 13 people we signed up in here, but they never what? They never led to anybody. But when people lead to somebody, then that you've got an A person. Now, there may be 3 people that we bring in, but they don't lead to anybody, but one of those people finally lead to somebody, then we say we got to the B level, okay? This is not true. So erase that. Here's what we mean by the ABC pattern of building depth. And this is why when I say this is where the work begins. What this is really about is, it's true. We're trying to find go nows. Go nows are people that are going to do what? Use the product, build a customer base, a repeat customer base. They're going to what? Use the evaluation approach, no decision close. They're going to actually meet with people and show people the business. They're going to prospect and qualify and sponsor on their own. They will have achieved base 10, and they're working to achieve 7 strong, meaning duplicate themselves, 3 on the left, 3 on the right. When you have somebody doing that, you've achieved the A level in the business. So our goal is, we're trying to find 3 go nows in the beginning, in the left, and 3 on the right that are independent on franchise owners, meaning that they can what? They can use the product, they're selling product, they're prospecting, they're qualifying, they're sponsoring, they're qualifying and requalifying as master on franchise owners. They're going to the meetings and trainings. They're independent on franchise owners. That's really what we're after. When we have somebody like that, we've achieved the A level. When we get another one like that, we've achieved the B level. When we find another one like that in this line, okay, we've achieved the C level. Same thing over on this line, on the right side. That's where 7 strong. 7 strong, as you're going to see, is about you achieving base 10, you qualifying and requalifying as a master on franchise owner, and you working to build 7 strong, 3 on the left, 3 on the right, just like that have achieved the same thing that you set the example for. That's follow-up an ABC pattern. So the real work in the business is teaching people to teach other people to teach other people the result producing activities. That's really the ABC pattern. And then we wanted in-depth A1, B1, C1. That's where the ongoing residual income comes from, is by duplicating this in the organization. Okay, now I'm going to go back up to this. All right, remember, it never unfolds perfectly. Okay, so for example, in my organization, there was 13 people in the left organization, and there was like 17 unfranchised owners in the right organization that were all stable and waiting type people until I found my first go now on the left and go now on the right that was willing to duplicate and learn, okay, and was coachable to learn base 10, qualify as a master unfranchised owner, and then worked to build 3 on the left, 3 on the right to do the same thing. And would be buying, would be getting their people educated so they could help better prospect as well as sell product. Okay, so remember, it never unfolds perfectly. It duplicates only through go nows. It doesn't duplicate through stable and waiting people because they're not. Now they'll come in and that's fine. We love them. 80% of them, they get up, they sign up on auto ship, maybe they buy product at unfranchised cost. They love the product. They might talk to a couple people here and there about it. Okay, you might get a customer or 2 out of them. Okay, you got to spend a lot of time making sure they do their Form 1000 so the volume doesn't purge. They're a lot of work too, by the way. Okay, because you have to. They're not motivated to do the things they need to do just to stay active in the business. So you end up having to do a lot of it for a large number of them, which is, work. All right. But the thing is they're not going to duplicate what you need duplicated. That's not what you want duplicated. Okay. After each meeting, make sure we're always, when we're doing the follow-up and the ABC pattern of building depth, we're always doing what? We're always booking the next meeting at the current meeting. And when I say meeting, I mean it could be a coring, it could be a training, it could be a meeting to show the plan, it could be a meeting for the product, whatever. But it's all about point of contact to point of contact. In other words, from this point of contact, when we're in contact, if I'm in contact and doing a coring with Jason and 4 or 5 of his people, I'm setting another appointment with Jason and his people to do a follow-up meeting to what we just finished. Because you want to stay engaged because it's about repetition, okay? And staying engaged and in front of the people that are willing to meet. The fact that they're willing to meet, okay, means that 1 or more of those people, they want to be go nows. Okay? Now, the next thing is always book the next follow-up. Okay. Now, when you've got this is how it unfolds. But you got to remember what each of these letters represent. They represent independent unfranchised owners. So the thing is if I can teach Zing, okay, over here on the right side, if she's my A, in other words, she's already using 100 first 90 days. I'm going to get Zing, fill out the home shopping list. I want her to do what? I want her to be using in her household or her extended household, meaning, her parents, her siblings, her, whatever extended household. I want 150 BV being used. That's our goal within the first 90 days of the business. We identify the products and we start to incrementally switching brands of products that everybody was already buying at some other business. Okay, so I want her to achieve base 10. That means 150 BV every month, and it means getting a customer base in the 90-day period. That's our goal, We may or may not meet it, but we strive to meet it so that we, within the next 30 days or 60 days for sure, we will have met it. But our goal that I set for Zing is to have a customer base that generates 350 BV per month. That's like 10 customers at 35 BV. Okay. That's 10 customers at one bottle of OPC3. One 300 gram bottle of OPC3 is the equivalent of what? Okay, 43.5 BV. Okay, or I get them to buy 3 singles. Okay, I got 10 customers that buy 3 singles per month, and they use it for themselves, their spouse, their household. Okay, so if I can get 10 customers at 35 BV a month, that's 350 plus the 150 Zing and her household or extended households doing. That brings Zing's monthly production to 500 BV a month, doesn't it? That's my goal. Now, I also want Zing, using or selling 30 IBV worth of product in her household, for her household or extended household. Because the unfranchised's goal is 100 IBV a month. That's the goal. That's the target. That means 30 from Zing and her household, whether it be a combination of Market Malaysia, exclusive products that have IBV values. It could be shopping through the partner stores, 3 IBV here, 5 IBV here. Anyway, I want it to equal 30 IBV. And then what I want is the 10 customers that we're doing 35 BV. We want to get what? We want to get those 10 customers, to do what? 7 IBV, because 70 and 30 equals 100. So if we can get the 10 customers averaging 7 IBV a month, that comes to 70 IBV plus Zing's household of 30 IBV, that's 100 IBV. Correct? So that becomes the target. Now I know to qualify and re-qualify as a master on franchise owner, she doesn't have to do 300 IBV in a quarter. Correct? But if I can make her target 100 IBV a month and I make her target 350, she'll hit the criteria to qualify and re-qualify as a master on franchise owner, even if she comes up a little short on the IBV. Making sense? Then the only other thing we have to do is I teach her the evaluation approach so that we're just exposing, as many people every week that we talk to that are looking to improve their, earn more money, generate more income. We just show them the business. And it's not hard using the video. We're not looking to convince. We're looking for go nows. The people we convince work real hard and we convince and we get them to sign up, they become stable and waiting. Because go nows, they want to improve their financial situation. If somebody really wants to improve their financial situation, they don't have to be convinced to try something. All right. And then I'm going to do what? I want to make sure Zing goes to the meetings, trainings, seminars, big events so that she gets educated and can better sell product and sell the business as an independent unfranchised owner. Now, this is the follow-up in ABC. This is where this takes place. This is where the work's involved, because in the beginning, I have to do this with Zing in order to teach her how to do it. Just sending her to a basic 5 doesn't get it done. Sending her to a seminar doesn't get it done. It makes her highly aware of what she needs to do and different approaches to execute and get it done. But the real way to teach somebody how to do it is you do as much of it with them as possible. Whether it be through Zoom or it's through something else, through a physical meeting. All right. All right, so the objective is for the new unfranchised owner is to lead to prospects while demonstrating the best practices to build a business and create duplication. So what do we want to do? I want Zing and Zing is going to lead me to prospects, potential business partners that want to improve their financial situation. And Zing and I are going to show them the business, try to get those that are interested, get them on a trial run to where they're exposed to the product and they're leading us to people that they know that might have an interest. And we're just doing the business with them and demonstrating how to make those two things happen. Best practices, best approaches, okay? Best activities to ensure that we get duplication, the correct things duplicated in order to create more BV. Okay, what are those practices? They're already identified. Those 20% of the activities that generate 80% of our results, they're right here in the back of. These are the weekly accountability activities we've been doing for 9 weeks. Okay, I'm not going to read them. Everybody knows, you've seen this. Same thing, progress report. Now, in follow up an ABC pattern, it's all about what? It's all about accountability. Okay, so one of the best ways to ensure or best ensure that people are doing what they need to do is to have an accountability system. Okay, where we state exactly what needs to be done. We're doing it with them whenever possible. And at the end of the week, they have to report what they did or did not do. Simple. Okay. Now, by executing the ABC pattern of building, the follow-up and the ABC pattern of building depth, what I just taught, it gives us control over our success, our rate of success. It helps us control how much we grow. It helps us have control over our progress. And it gives us, increases our ability to control our timing. Timing with respect to what? We control the timing. We're not waiting around for somebody else to do it, okay? Because this is a big mistake most people make. They get activated, they get their 2 people, and those 2 people end up being what? Stable and waiting, and you spend all of your time trying to make those 2 people be go-nows. I'm glad you smiled, Zing, because everybody should be smiling, okay? We've all done it. We've all done it. You heard me say this a million times. Most people that have been successful in this business, if you ask them if one of the biggest mistakes they ever made, they will all say one thing. They spent way too much time with the wrong people, trying to get the wrong people to do the right thing. It would have been much better time spent, what they're saying is, if they went out and just looked for the right people. I made that mistake. The reason I'm telling you about it, okay? Don't do it. Move on. We're going to find go-nows. Great, we've got stable and waiting. Let them just do the 50 BV, okay? They're done, but let's go find somebody else because we're not at the A level. We need to find somebody we can achieve the A level with. Okay. All right. All right. Comes all back to base 10. Base 10. Okay. Now I've adjusted these numbers from what you've seen in the past because I want to make them exactly in alignment with what we're talking about. So it's just what, like I talked here, okay? Zing is going to do 150 BV, her household, extended household, 30 IBV. That means she needs a customer base of 10 at 35 BV and 7 IBV because we need that customer base to represent 350 and 70. So in the end, her unfranchise is producing 500 BV a month and 100 IBV per month. Base 10. Now, If we achieve base 10, you've seen this. We've completed this home shopping list. Why? One of the first things we did with Zing was I had her do the home shopping list, or the shopping annuity assessment, to identify products that she was already buying before she became an unfranchised owner. Okay, so that she knew what product, because she needed to get to 150 in 90 days. So that's why we go through this, and it's basically a one and done activity. Now I want her to accrue volume on a week to week, month to month basis. So she's going to be able to help me with managing her team. So she's got the UFMS on her auto ship. Okay. We're going to she's created by achieving base 10. She's already creating 500 BV a month, isn't she? Her unfranchised. That's 1,500 a quarter. Okay. If she's set a target for 100 IBV a month and comes up a little short, the criteria, I believe, is only 200 IBV anyway. Does everybody follow that? Okay, so she's already achieving that. Okay, we'll come back to sponsoring a minimum of one qualified. Okay, the thing is this is really the only thing we need to do. Once we achieve base 10, the first 4 activities are automatically taken care of every single month and every quarter, aren't they? Okay, so all we have to do is show the business to 2 people or more per week. And when I say show the business, I'm not saying sit down, go through the PowerPoint and convince somebody to sign up. I'm talking about we show the business quickly using the evaluation approach, no decision close, putting them on a trial run if they're if they have a little bit of interest. We expose them to the product. If we do that, show the business to 2 people per week, 8 per month, 24 in a quarter, guarantee you we'll have 1 new qualified unfranchised owner. Matter of fact, if you just do 50% of that, if you just show the business to 12 people in a quarter that have demonstrated interest, we'll probably sponsor 1 willingly, not somebody we have to convince, but somebody wants to join our team. If we do the numbers. Now, if we have 1 personally sponsored there, guess what? We will be attending or conducting an NUOT, a Basic 5, and attending and conducting an ECCT at least once a quarter. Because we've got new people, and we want to do what? Demonstrate the importance of going to these trainings and becoming educated, because we need them to be independent so that we can all, if we've got 1 person looking for go nows, what do you think the odds are that we're going to find go nows if we have 4 people looking for them versus 1? You think the odds are in our favor, Zing, to find go nows if we have 4 people looking instead of just 1? Yeah. Why? Because we can bring in more numbers to take a look at the business. If we have 10 looking for go nows versus 1. Does everybody follow this? That's why we want our people to get educated so they can help us in the prospecting, qualifying, or qualification activities. Now, purchasing 3 tickets. I'm always buying 3 tickets, 1 for me, and I'm going to have 2 new people that I'm going to sell the ticket to get them, to the event or the training or the seminar, whatever it may be. I need them to plug in, because it's the meetings and trainings that when we have the collective of the people that validate the business. It validates the business because there's lots of people doing it. All right, scoring greater than or equal to 50% on the diagnostic, that's a no-brainer. If you're doing all of these above here, you're going to score 80% on the diagnostic. And ultimately, the goal is to do what? Remember the green A's, the green B's, the green C's in the diagram? That's really what this equates to. Okay, so basically, if If you have 500 BV a month, if you can get that duplicated, 500 BV a month, that's what we want duplicated. 500 BV, each unfranchised owner representing 500 BV a month. Each unfranchised owner representing 100 IBV a month. So over a 2 to 3 year period, if we can get 50, remember, if we're duplicating this model, the odds in a 36-month period that we'll have these people that know what to do, you can teach people to teach other people to teach other people to teach what they need to do. It automatically exponentially expands, so that in a 3-year period, if everybody's duplicating best practices, remember the slide? It's about getting a new unfranchised owner to, okay? In a 3-year period, if we just consistently and persistently get this base 10 duplicated and get people to bring in people that are what? Go now and are going to duplicate it. They can teach other people to do it as well. So over a 3-year period, if we had 50 unfranchised owners on the team, okay? Because remember, we're all looking for go nows. So if you got 50 on the left, 50 on the right, you're earning 24,000 ringgit a month, and in the BV plan, it's 6,000, a minimum of 6,000 per month in the IBV. So it comes to a total of 30,000 ringgits per month by duplicating these activities. It's very simple. Teaching people to achieve base 10, qualifying, requalifying as a master unfranchised owner, working just to get that 7 strong, A, B, C, that have duplicated the same thing they've done. Okay. Now, that's what the follow-up and the ABC pattern building depth is really all about. It's not about just me and Zing showing the plan to Tony, and then me, Zing, and Tony showing it to Jason. And then me, Zing, Tony, and Jason showing it to Yvonne. That's not that. It's about A has to be an independent unfranchised owner that is able to do something on their own. And they can do it because they know what to do, because they achieve base 10. All they're going to do is do what? They're going to teach other people to do base 10 and how to use and how to do the evaluation approach to help increase the numbers that are exposed to our business. Okay. All right. All right. Any questions? Yeah, I think Jasmine or Gina, you can, any questions, just you can ask me. Okay. All right. If there's no more questions, I'm going to let everybody go tonight. Enjoy the rest of your night. Stay safe. Don't go outside without 2 or 3 masks on. And don't go outside if you don't even have to get around anybody. Okay? All right.
Thank you, Kevin.
Everybody have a good evening.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hmm.